Hey, what's the matter?
I'm not sure.
What in the world is that thing?
In Japan, there are 7 young men and women who are famous around the world. Their talents are so remarkably developed that people cannot believe they are still in high school. With abilities this advanced, they are collectively referred to, out of respect, as high school prodigies. We begin with a girl whose intelligence is several centuries ahead of her time. A girl who's become the focus of espionage agencies around the world.
Hey, Ringo!
What is it, Bear Rabbit?
You need to bear toward Earth right now, or you'll be late for your appointment!
Oh, you're right.
Ringo Ohoshi. Despite being in high school, she is presently the world's greatest inventor. Next, we have a hero who races through war zones with sword in hand, while bullets fly around her.
A samurai has a right to strike.
Aoi Ichijo. And while it's true she's still in high school, she's considered the world's finest swordsman. Next up, we have a girl whose medical talents are so innovative, she's extended the limits of the human lifespan.
He should be all right now.
Kana Kanzaki. Even though she's a teenager in high school, she's regarded as the world's best doctor. The boy on this magazine cover is considered the demon of the financial world. He's involved in 30% of all monetary transactions across the globe.
What do we know? Have they signed the closing papers yet? 20 million in escrow. That works out fine. We'll have a draft contract later today.
Masato Sanada. And while he's a high school senior, he's also the world's most successful entrepreneur. This illusionist has mastered every art form: clairvoyance, telekinesis, and levitation.
Keep your eye on the statue, everybody! That's just a sample, folks, of my magic!
Prince Akatsuki. Yes, he's still in high school, but he's also the world's most acclaimed magician. This girl is a descendant of the ninja Sasuke Sarutobi. She has unmatched instincts for a story.
Aha! I see a scoop coming on. Ha!
Shinobu Sarutobi. Even while working for her high school paper, she's become the world's preeminent journalist. In Japan's first direct popular vote, the young man you're about to see was elected by a huge margin to head the government.
You've shown faith in my abilities, and as a result, I humbly accept the position as your Prime Minister. Thank you all.
Tsukasa Mikogami. Despite being in high school, he has become the world's most highly esteemed politician. A few days later, somewhere far from their native land, the fates of these 7 young people will unexpectedly intertwine and form the beginning of a new chapter in their lives.
You finally awakened. Thank goodness.
What's going on? Where am I?
You mustn't move so suddenly like that. You're badly hurt.
Badly hurt? Oh, that's right. We were on the plane.
Wait! What about the other 6 people? Are they still alive? Tell me where they are!
Oh. There's no need for you to worry. There are 7, including you. Everyone was brought here, and they're recovering. They're going to be all right.
That's a relief. Thank goodness.
You were really worried about them.
It's the duty of a public official to be concerned about his citizens. Forgive me, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Tsukasa Mikogami. I hope I'm not being too forward, but what is your name?
I don't mind. My name's Lyrule.
Thank you so much. It was very generous of you to bring us all here.
I couldn't just ignore people who were injured. It's customary for us mountain folk to help one another. Oh, I forgot. I have something for you. Here you go. It's a stew I made with goat's milk. I hope the broth's not too hot. Here, say ah.
I feel like a baby having to be fed by his mother.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I guess I just don't have the strength to eat anything quite yet.
But you won't be able to recover if you don't take in some nourishment pretty soon. Oh. So if I do that, you're able to eat, right?
I guess it would be bad manners to refuse her efforts now. You're very kind. Would it be all right if I took advantage of your generosity now?
Oh, yes, of course.
Lyrule! I heard one of the people we found unconscious is awake now. Oh, dear, how awkward. Did I interrupt something?
No, not at all. That wasn't what it looked like, really. It was sort of a first aid treatment.
Does everyone look like that here?
Of course it was. Hi there, I'm Winona. I'm one of the residents here. You'll find we're all very friendly in this village. Nice to meet you.
I'm Tsukasa Mikogami. It seems my friends and I owe a great deal to you. We're very grateful. When we get back home, we'll thank you properly.
Oh, you sound so mature, even though you appear to be around my son's age.
Really? You have a child who's in his late teens? Incredible. You look far too young for that.
Oh. For a kid, you really know how to flatter someone.
That tail you have there, is it actually real?
Of course it's real. Want to touch?
It feels warm. There's no question. It's the real deal.
Are you serious, young man? You mean you've never seen a byuma before? Honest to goodness, they're all over the place here in Freyjagard.
Byuma? Freyjagard?
The 7 of you are wearing unusual clothing. Exactly what country is it that you all come from?
Well, in my case, I was born and raised in Japan.
Japan?
I've never heard of such a place.
What? What in the world are you talking about? I'm hearing you both speak Japanese to me right now.
Huh?
You must be hearing things. The 3 of us have been speaking in nothing but Alton this entire conversation.
Huh? I'm watching their eyes, their breathing, their speech patterns. Nothing gives me the impression they're lying to me. And if that's so...
Here in Freyjagard?
Japan?
Alton.
What in the world is going on here?
You shouldn't move. What about your injuries?
I'm sorry to ask this, but could one of you take me to the site of the plane crash? I mean to say, could you take me to the place where you discovered me and my companions?
4 days ago, some sort of large object flew very low across the sky. There was a loud sound, like some kind of a big landslide. Everyone in the village ran to this gully. This is what we found. That big thing that looks like a bird skeleton was on fire, and the 7 of you were lying nearby.
Unbelievable. There's no way we could have survived this. Are we in another dimension?
Oh, wow! You just don't see a dragon that big very often.
You're right about that. We should offer a prayer for our guest's recovery.
It seems there's no denying it any longer.
What do you mean? Denying what?
It seems my friends and I crossed over. We've somehow moved through space-time to another dimension, and we've landed in a world much different from our own.
Lift your mugs! Let's do a toast to our 7 visitors' full recovery! Cheers! Cheers! I still can't wrap my head around you kids coming here from another world. Yeah, that was a real shocker.
You can say that again. It's mind-boggling. I think we were more stunned than you. I mean, your species is pretty surprising.
I didn't hurt! No, you didn't!
Then Tsukasa starts talking about crossing into other dimensions.
Can I ask how you're doing? Are you all getting accustomed to life in our village yet?
We are. After having been here for a month, we're getting used to it one step at a time. Isn't that right, Aoi? Yep.
Well, not all. There's still one of us
Who's having a little trouble accepting the reality of the situation.
Yep, that's for sure!
Impossible, impossible, impossible! It's gotta be some kind of bad dream. That's right, a nightmare. I guess it could be a magic trick or a prank, but either way, it's impossible, impossible! No!
We gotcha, and now we're gonna eat Lola!
Animal ears its tail! Cut it out! It's not polite to tease our guests.
Let's get out of here!
Brother. As I was saying, so there really aren't any byuma in the other world all of you come from?
Ooh, tell us, what's this byuma thing?
Well, byuma are people like those in this village who have animal-like features, and in many cases, great strength. People like the 7 of you are known as hyuma. Hyuma don't have any fur, pointed ears, or tails. Though it's rare, some of them have the ability to use a power called magic.
Wow, that's so cool! They have magic here as well!
Interesting. A magical element would help explain how we found ourselves here. Otherwise, the situation makes no sense. It seems to me we should do some research on this world's magic.
Agreed!
Sorry for the wait.
Huh?
I brought steamed potatoes.
Oh man, we're having them again?
I'm so sick of potatoes. I have a surprise. They're a little different today.
They look the same to me.
Not for long, right?
Right. You take some of this, and do this.
What'd you put on it?
It's something special Tsukasa made for us.
Why don't you try it?
It's really good!
So much better than salt. It makes it fun to eat now.
Here, try one, Lyrule.
Oh, okay. It tastes tart but mellow. It's quite amazing.
It's truly a captivating condiment. It's taken over much of our world. It's called mayonnaise.
Ah, this stuff's delicious!
Would you like another one, sir? There are plenty to go around.
There's something I meant to tell you. Your arrival here reminded me of a story from our folklore.
It did?
Yes, it's a tale that's passed down about 7 heroes who come here from another world.
Very interesting. I'd like to hear more about this.
I don't have all the details, but here's what I know. A long time ago, 7 heroes appeared from another world and saved a land that had been under the control of an evil dragon. That story's always been a fairy tale.
In the scheme of things, that's quite a coincidence.
You're sure it was 7 of them who came here?
What a stupid story. You expect us to believe this crap? Strangers from another world? These people show up and you throw a big feast? No one asked me, and I'm the village treasurer.
Why are you so upset? This is a happy occasion.
It should be obvious. We can't afford to keep on feeding 7 useless mouths!
Elk! That's enough. Such petty words should never come out of an elm man's mouth.
I'm just saying, if their wounds are healed, they should get out of our village!
I'm sorry my son is so rude.
It's fine. We're grateful for all that Elm Village has done. Welcome. I've called this meeting to discuss how we're going to handle the bizarre situation we currently find ourselves in. All right, just generally speaking, there are 3 things we need to address. The first one is, we need to gather information about this world.
I assume that means what kind of country this is, and what kind of laws they live by.
And exactly how their magic works.
Number 2, obviously, we have to find some way to get back to our own world.
Our only clue so far is that story about the 7 heroes, right?
I'm hoping we can do research into that at the same time we're learning what this entire place is about.
Sounds good.
The third thing is critical, and we're going to need to deal with it immediately. We have to rebuild this village's finances.
I'm all in on that one. Me too. We have to repay our debt to these people in full.
Those are our goals. I hope you'll agree with me when I say that each one of them deserves our full attention.
Understood.
Sure.
I've modified all of our cell phones so they'll work here. That way we can keep in touch.
That's amazing. Thank you, Ringo.
And one other thing. I went back to check out the crash site, and the miniature nuclear reactor I had constructed was unharmed.
Then we should have all the power we need for the foreseeable future.
There's one other thing you should bear in mind. The plane happened to crash right beside a very large deposit of bauxite ore.
Really?
That's a lucky break for us. I can use that bauxite to produce aluminum.
Can you refine it?
Not only that, I think I can rebuild the plane. The blueprints are done in my head.
You only have the bare minimum of scrap parts. We don't have enough materials.
Understood. Then we'll have to ask for help.
Get out of here right now!
Oh, Bear.
Masato, what's going on here?
These soldiers just showed up all of a sudden.
You're wasting your time. This village doesn't have any meat or booze to spare for you people. We're barely able to survive after your lord takes his cut.
You should be more grateful. I, Sheed, Imperial Knight of Freyjagard, am willing to offer protection to your village in the face of marauding bandits and monsters.
What?
It's a generous offer. I mean, we're only asking for a little bit of hospitality in return. Who the hell are you? Back off!
As much as the people of this village appreciate your offer of protection, we must ask you to leave.
Tsukasa!
Listen, you little punk. An insult to me, an Imperial Knight, is an insult to the entire Freyjagard Empire, as well as an insult to the great Emperor himself! Soldiers! Sir! Show this fool what happens to insolent clowns! What?
Me.
What she said.
Do you still wish to continue?
You bastard!
You're just a leech who should be exterminated. If you value your life, get out of here. Understand?
You little brat! You'll pay for this!
All you guys have some hidden talents.
Was that wise? They may be thugs, but they're still soldiers.
I'm telling you now, when the feudal lord hears about this, there's gonna be trouble.
There's no need to worry, my friend. I've arranged for a little insurance policy.
How dare they attack me like that? I'll report them to the Lord and they'll all be dead meat.
You might want to rethink that plan.
Oh, what now?
My name is Prince Akatsuki! You don't want to mess with me! I'm the magician who protects Elm Village!
Is he just floating up there? Levitation is an art reserved for special Imperial mages. What the hell? Why is a mage protecting a worthless village like that?
It happens that I owe a debt to these villagers, and I've come up with a way to repay it. If I cut off your heads, the villagers won't have to worry. It'll keep you quiet. And your boss won't take revenge.
Oh, our lips will be sealed. We won't tell the Lord what happened. Please, just don't kill me. I'll never mention this to anyone.
Good. That's a smart decision. As long as you stick to your word, I won't take your life. But I'm warning you, if you should ever break your promise to me, Mr. Imperial Knight, you won't see another Imperial day.
Very good work, Akatsuki. Now, as for where we go from here, each of us should get involved in work that suits our individual abilities.
Right.
Okay, so now, here's our challenge. I'm sure you all have your concerns about this impossibly mysterious situation we've been thrust into. For starters, we don't have any idea how to get back home yet. But try to remain strong while we search for an answer. Meanwhile, remember this. The impossible, the unmanageable, and the unthinkable are all challenges that we've had to overcome countless times in the past, and we have not only survived, but prevailed. Remember, all 7 of us were high school prodigies. We have the potential to overcome anything, but we need to balance that potential with wisdom and control. That's it. For now, let's move forward nice and easy. The fact is, if we aren't careful in how we use our powers, we might very well end up destroying this world.
Well then, it looks to me like we're at an impasse.
If you have a problem with Neuchaland Company's prices, then don't sell to us. You're always free to take your business somewhere else.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's split, Elk.
Hey, wait a minute. Where are we supposed to go?
One more thing, Elk. If you are able to find another buyer somewhere here in Dormant, I hope you plan to let me know who it is. I have a responsibility to report anyone who's doing business in our community without a proper permit.
Hold on a minute, mister. I tried to warn you before we went in there. That's the one trading company in this town. They're the only people we can sell our goods to.
You're thinking too small. Listen, I enjoy taking advantage of people as much as the next guy, but I don't like it when they try to take advantage of me.
What are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
If you think about it, neither are you. A deal is just a means of achieving your objective. Any deal that doesn't help you reach that goal isn't worth making. Look, you're trying to sell commodities, so tell me, could you have achieved your objective at the amount he was offering?
I suppose not. At the prices he's paying, our village wouldn't make it through the winter. I understand the problem, but we're trapped. He controls the market. We can't do anything about it.
That's pretty short-sighted. You can't live your life allowing others to use and discard you as they wish. It's just a negotiating tactic, and it's not right. You don't have to take it lying down.
You'd be willing to help us work out a better deal?
Of course I would. We owe your village our very lives. I have a proposal, Elk. Let me take charge of this business trip. If you do, I'll make you a fortune and teach those hyenas a lesson at the same time. And I'll even do you one better than that. For no extra charge, I'll put their shitty company out of business within a week. It'll be my pleasure.
Come one, come all! Be witness to my magic! What I hold before you is nothing more than an ordinary handkerchief. A simple piece of cloth. Yet this cloth is about to undergo a miraculous transformation. So watch closely, everyone! Are you ready? Up she goes!
Go, girl! You're amazingness!
Huh? I hate to tell you, but I'm a boy!
Yeah.
So's my sister.
Tsukasa, you've all been such a huge help around here. Everyone's so thankful you came to us.
No, we're thankful to all of you for saving us. It's our honor to be of service. We're merely doing what little each of us can to repay this village for the kindness it's shown us. Everyone in our group has a special skill. We want to put those talents to use to help all of you. In my case, responding to public demand, I'm going to work hard to make more mayonnaise.
It's not just the mayonnaise, you know. You sat us down and taught us a whole lot of new recipes. Everyone's finding it much more fun to cook. But it looks to me like we're gonna run out of salt and wheat flour pretty soon.
You don't have to worry about any of that.
Huh?
The merchant and Shinobu accompanied Elk into town. They said they wanted to help with his transactions. I'm sure you'll be getting everything you need very soon.
I hope so. I'm a little worried about how well Elk will get along with those two.
It should be obvious. We can't afford to keep on feeding 7 useless mouths! If their wounds are healed, they should get out of our village!
It's true that boy can be really stubborn. You don't think he got that from me, do you?
Oh, of course not.
Thanks. I try to be understanding since he's my son. He acts that way because he's our treasurer. He tries really hard every day to make sure all the byuma in the village are well-fed and healthy. But it gets harder and harder all the time. It's all because of Yakoi's greed. He keeps offering less and less for our goods.
Who's Yakoi? Don't think I've heard of him.
He's the man who's taken over all the trade in Dormont. He's a truly awful fellow. He's got a stranglehold on the small businesses and pays them peanuts.
Sounds serious. But if that's what's happening, everything will be perfectly okay if we just let the merchant handle it.
Huh?
I've seen him. Masato is like capitalism walking around in human clothing. Something like this is sure to get him riled up. I know pretty much how he operates. By now, he's probably in the process of establishing his own Elm Trading Company, or something similar.
Business permit for Elm Trading Company. Authorized to operate in this and all surrounding communities. Signed, Walter von Heisered, Mayor of Dormont. This isn't some kind of fake, is it?
I highly doubt that, especially since the mayor's signature is genuine.
I don't get it. How'd you pull it off?
To tell you the truth, given my talent for gathering intel, it wasn't all that difficult.
Wait, how did you get involved in this?
Me?
Think about it, Elk. It's pretty obvious. If Neuchaland is the only company authorized to handle all the trade in a town as big as Dormont, then there has to be something going on behind the scenes.
Huh? So what'd you find?
The mayor's secret account books. They showed a large amount of money coming in from Neuchaland on a regular basis. So when I confronted him with copies of the paperwork, I got this baby as a reward for keeping quiet.
That's a smart move.
If we're all finished, then there's some places I'd like to visit. I have the feeling I've just skimmed the surface here.
Yeah, you're probably right. Now that that's done, we better go stock up, Elk.
Huh? Go stock up? But we came here to sell our stuff. Why in the world? Ah! What'd you do that for?
Because you had a stupid reaction. What do you think we got this permit for? Just think about it. It's a great opportunity. You change the way you do business, and I pay you back for saving us.
Huh?
The president of the Sonata Group is going to give you a free economics lesson. I'm gonna walk you through the way to get rich. When I'm done, you'll be sleeping on a bed made of money.
Really?
Huh?
What you said about sleeping on a bed of money? I want all that too. I want to be rich. I want to have nice clothes and food. I want to be able to do things all on my own. I don't want to have to beg for stuff anymore. So please, sir, help me. Teach me how to make money just like you.
All right, then. Starting now, you're one of us.
Oh, hold on! You're letting some random kid off the street join our business group? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Look at her. There's greed in her eyes. Adding people like that to our team could be very helpful. I'm Masato Sanada, and this is my friend Elk. So what about you, young lady? What's your name?
They call me Rue.
Really? Well, all right. Tell you what, Rue, I'm gonna show you how to make money.
Yes, thank you so much, teacher.
Teacher, huh? That's a new one. Okay, listen up. We're officially the Elm Trading Company. So hang on and keep up with me as we operate. It's time to have some fun making money.
Yeah.
Fine.
Right, but before we start, we need to get you looking like you mean business.
Consignment sale? What is that?
Never heard of such a thing.
Me either.
Here's the basic deal. We're gonna be in the Central Plaza tomorrow. We have a spot all staked out, and if you're interested, we'll let you sell your goods right alongside ours.
Wait a minute, you're really allowed to do that?
We've been wanting to sell there, but we have no permit.
That's right.
We can do whatever we want. There are no rules to keep us from sharing the space. We were able to get ourselves a permit, and the usage is wide open. Listen though, the bottom line is, it cost us quite a bit of money to obtain this thing. And so, to cover our expenses, we'd be taking 20% of your sales as a hosting fee. Of course, since we're all in the same boat, competing against Neuchaland's monopoly, if you were willing to man the shop, we could make an exception and cut the hosting fee to 10%. What do you say?
You guys, how much is 10% exactly?
I don't have any idea.
Let me help.
Huh?
Let's say you were selling carpets, for instance. From what I've seen in the market lately, the going rate on a medium-sized rug is about 450 luke. Now, if you brought one of those to Neuchaland, they'd buy it from you for about 150 luke. Instead, let's say you sell that carpet on consignment with our trading company. We'd sell it for a little less than market price, say about 400 luke. Once it's sold, we'd take 10%, or 40 luke, for ourselves. So instead of taking home 150 luke, you'd be taking home 360.
Yeah! Are you sure we could earn that much?
That's really incredible. Yeah, we definitely want to be a part of this.
Do you mind if we explain the deal to some other villages as well?
Fine. In fact, we'd welcome it, my friends.
We'll bring our stuff by in the morning then.
Good. We'll be ready for you. All right, that went well.
Wait a minute. How is all this supposed to work? We don't pay any money?
Correct. What are you worried about?
It seems like we're taking advantage of these suppliers somehow. We get to stock up without paying them anything.
Everybody's gonna profit. You'll see.
Wow, look at that.
I can't believe it. We've got all these goods to sell. We don't have to put out a single luke of our own.
Listen up, you two. When you're first stocking up a business, you generally have to come up with plenty of money in order to operate. However, the one thing you'll need more than money is trust.
Trust in what?
Trust in the potential profit you're planning to make. And to ensure that, you have to acquire the proper tools, which we did. You see, the main thing that inspires trust for any enterprise in this town is the acquisition of a business permit. Suppliers then want to partner with us. And what's our advantage in this situation?
We're not spending any money, so we can stock up and we won't lose if something doesn't sell. That means we keep generating profit at no risk to ourselves. Am I right?
You're half right. But there's more to it than that. Hey, Rue. When I talked to those three guys, What did I say they had to do so that we would drop our hosting fee from 20% to 10?
You said... Oh! You said that they'd have to man the shop for us!
Yes, that's exactly right. When they're willing to do that, it provides us the advantage of flexibility. It allows our three-person trading company to expand as much as we want. In the end, we could become even bigger than Neuchaland.
So, we haven't gotten one customer yet.
Hey, the day's still young.
Oh, look! When did they set up a market out here?
Check it out. Their prices are pretty cheap. Welcome, everybody! We're the Elm Trading Company, the newest option here in Dormant. Our products aren't as expensive as Neuchaland's, but they're just as good.
We have lots of customers all of a sudden.
Well, of course we do.
Huh?
Our shop is much closer to the routes they use in the city every day. It's convenient, and the prices are much cheaper, so let's go make some money.
That's all I've been able to find out about Yakoi so far, Masato.
No surprise. That's about what I anticipated. Thanks a lot, Shinobu.
You're welcome. I'll call you when I have more information.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah? What's up?
We made a lot of money today, so I'm going to be bringing back a cart full of supplies, both for us and the village. I'm thinking we should probably get Ringo her supplies sooner, rather than later.
That makes sense. Give me a call once you've got everything ready. I'll zip by and get it delivered for you at express speed. The village is running out of essentials.
My goodness, salt and pepper. Oh, they even have sugar.
They brought us honey. This is gonna last us for weeks.
Look at all the bread. Wow, amazing.
There's fresh fruit. I stopped by Ringo's lab and dropped off her supplies.
Excellent work. We don't want to delay her progress at this point. And how's the merchant doing?
Everything is going just great. From the way he was talking, he should be coming back here in about 3 or 4 days.
Why so long?
He told me he would need a week to work on the Neuchaland Trading Company in order to crush them.
They're in trouble. If the merchant went and made such a promise, it'll probably happen.
The Elm Trading Company? Why bother me with information about a tiny outfit like that? They're no competition. They won't last the week.
Excuse me, sir?
Get out! Mayor von Heiserod had no business giving out a permit to those country bumpkins. Just what does he think I'm paying him all that money for every month? Those stupid farmers will go bankrupt in no time, so I don't have to worry about them. Not one of them has the first idea how to operate a business. When they come crawling back, I'll raise my prices another 50%.
Come back again.
About time we finally get a break.
What are you talking about? We're just starting. The big push is still to come. Rue, make sure you clean up, okay?
Is the mob finally gone? I hope I'm not too late. Would you sell me some mayonnaise, please? Nice to meet you. Let me introduce myself. I'm the captain of the merchant fleet Sea Serpent. People here call me Klaus.
I've heard of you. I'm glad you came to sample this. I think you're going to like it a lot. So this is the Sea Serpent. The grand merchant fleet that handles all the maritime trade out of eastern Freyjagard. Your reputation precedes you.
As does yours. Word travels fast in a country like this. I heard about a new trading company doing interesting business here in Dormant.
What do you mean, sea serpent switch sides? Fine. I underestimated Elm. I won't make that mistake again. Starting tomorrow, we'll open a shop in the Central Plaza. They want a war, I'll give it to them. They'll regret making an enemy out of the Neuchaland Trading Company. They have no idea who they're dealing with.
Look at all the coins. So much money. I've never seen so much all in one place. I can't even count it all. Money. I love money.
Hey, what's the matter, Elk?
Oh, nothing.
Worried about Neuchaland, are you?
Well, yes, I am.
Oh, wow! Look at all the money you made today.
Don't you ever use the front door?
Now, what fun would that be? So this little girl is real, huh? It looks like she's in another world.
I think she's even more fond of money than I am, and that's saying something.
Well, I guess that means she has a promising future.
So, since you're here, I presume Yakoi is making his move?
Bingaroony! From what I uncovered, he's planning to go to war with you starting tomorrow.
War? What's that mean?
They'll start buying up goods left and right. They'll undercut our prices to sell them, and they won't care whether or not they make a profit. It's gonna be a free-for-all, so they must be pretty confident. All things considered, it's not a bad play on their part. And it could have been effective. But only if they had gone ahead and used it the day we first opened.
What? Who are they?
These, my friends, are the weapons that will destroy Neuchaland.
What are these?
Shovels Ringo made with aluminum alloy.
You mean you've already progressed to the point of manufacturing equipment?
I thought they might be helpful with the farming and everything. Do you think that's okay?
Oh, definitely. Implements like this will have a big impact. They're going to make fieldwork a whole lot easier than it was before. Everyone will be very excited.
It's because of Masato. He got me most of the materials I needed to make everything up.
That doesn't surprise me. When it comes to finding money and resources, there's nobody I'd rather have on the case.
Yes, he truly is amazing. I'm sorry. What was it you were about to say?
It wasn't that important. You seem tired. You really should get some rest.
But you came by for a reason. What was it you wanted to talk about?
I just wanted to check on you. I was worried you might be pushing yourself too hard.
Oh, well, in that case...
She can barely stay awake!
I'll make sure to get more sleep.
Good. Ringo's not the only one pushing herself too hard. We're all getting exhausted from this unfamiliar lifestyle. Huh? It feels like snow. I wonder if that's going to make things more difficult for the merchant, with all the commotion he's causing in Dormant these days.
Pretty soon, it's gonna be too cold to do this outdoors.
I like it when the snow falls. We get to have snowball fights.
Just make sure you're all bundled up first.
Right!
Interesting.
We're not going to let those outsiders mess around with us anymore. Forget about the profit. Buy up all the merchandise that's available out there.
Yes, sir.
Huh. With all our capital, we'll crush that puny trading company before it even gets established. They're gonna regret going up against me. I can hold out as long as it takes. Huh?
I have some bad news, sir.
What's the problem?
We tried to buy everything. But the suppliers, they wouldn't sell to us.
Huh? What? I came down here to see for myself. What's going on? Have you people lost your minds? What? Wait, I know who you are.
How very perceptive of you. These are the traveling merchants you laid off. After you monopolized trade at the port, you fired these people who brought in the business, so you could cut labor costs. You forced the villagers to bring their goods in person, while making them cover the costs of transportation and handling. That was a mistake. You treated these buyers like garbage, like they were completely disposable. Since you discarded them, we've organized them as part of our company.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's pretty simple. Our company signed an exclusive 3-year contract with these traveling merchants. Do you understand what that means? All of their wares were purchased by the Elm Trading Company before they appeared in the market you used to control. You can sit here until the oceans dry up, but you're never gonna get any merchandise to sell.
Wait! Don't listen to him. He's deceiving you. Our company will buy your goods for more than he can ever offer you. It's a much better deal, and you can still sell your stuff to us.
The people at Elm already warned us that you'd offer to pay more for our stock than what they could afford.
Yeah, that's right. We knew your play, and we went with them instead.
That's insane! What for?
Isn't it obvious? Because none of us wanted to sell to you.
What?
We risk our lives hauling these goods all around the country. We refuse to put ourselves in danger for someone who turns around and fires us over his crappy accounting.
Now you come and say you're willing to buy our goods for more. But once this trade war's finally over, you'll go right back to paying on the cheap.
No! That's not true. I'll pay you what your wares are really worth. I'm sorry for the way I've behaved in the past. Forgive me.
You're way too late. We just don't trust you anymore.
Yakoi, you've learned an important lesson. What's most important to a business isn't money, it's trust. As long as you have that trust, you can always earn money again. You chose to simply throw it away. You discarded the relationship you'd established with the merchants and the villagers just for a little extra cash. As a result, your business now has no future. You've killed it with your own hands.
I can't believe this. He actually crushed Neuchaland within a week.
I have to tell you, though, it would be wrong to let your company be destroyed. It doesn't matter if it's Elm or Neuchaland. Bottom line, it's just not healthy for any one business to monopolize the market. So why don't those of us here have a little chat? Let's come up with a solution. Let's discuss the future of trade and the economy here in Dormant and the territory of Findolf.
Really?
Sure, but we plan on taking advantage of you, so you'd better bring your A game to the table.
Of course, I'll do that.
Hey, why didn't you destroy Neuchaland like you said you would?
Because there were more drawbacks to crushing them than there were in letting them go.
What kind of drawbacks?
For starters, we couldn't keep that many traveling merchants employed. I always intended to give them back to Neuchaland once Yakoi's determination to break us was resolved.
Wait, You're saying our contracts with the merchants were no good?
Yeah, they were just empty promises.
You're telling me this after you spent all that time talking about trust? You didn't mean any of that? You're really a bad person, aren't you?
Now you're catching on. In the world I come from, I'm a merchant known as the Demon Lord.
Demon Lord.
We finally found you, you little brat! You two! What are you doing walking around with someone else's property?
Property?
That brat is our slave. She ran away from our ship. Now we're gonna take her back.
Hey!
What? We got a problem here?
Just a minute. Rue, should I save you?
Teacher, yes. One day, you'll see, I'm going to become a really good merchant. I'll make lots of money, and then I'll use it to buy back my mommy and daddy. But after that, all the money I have left over, I'm gonna give it to you. I promise I will. You won't be sorry you took a chance. So, teacher, will you do it? Please, save Rue and buy me right now.
What are you babbling about, you little brat?
That was beautiful. Well said. I'd like to buy this slave at 100 times the market price.
What? Really?
Do you have a problem with that?
If you change your mind, you're not getting a refund.
Fine. Our business is done here. The courage and willpower you displayed is 1,000 times more valuable than the money I just spent.
Thank you so much!
What a bunch of fools. They'll regret this. They just gave up a priceless treasure for a handful of coins. I'm sorry, Elk. All our money. I just spent it without asking.
You don't have to apologize. If there's one thing I've learned from you, it's that we can always earn more. I'm the village treasurer. You'd think I'd have known. Spending money on something like this sure feels good.
I know what you mean. This is the reason I'm so attracted to the stuff.
It was a huge victory for Masato and the trading company.
That's the Demon Lord for you. There's a reason the merchant is known as an economic mastermind. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, too.
It's lots of fun. I have to tell you, Tsukasa, there are so many stories to follow here, it's exactly where I belong. So now, those inquiries you asked about, here's what I was able to come up with. Regarding the magic, there are 4 types of spirits. Fire, water, strong winds, and earth. They're all tied to natural phenomena. Communicating with them seems to allow miracles to occur. But people who can use magic are scarce. In the region of Findolf, the only one who's adept is the mage officer living in the Lord's castle.
Got it. What about magic capable of crossing worlds or summoning someone from another world?
I don't know yet. I'm still researching. There isn't much information on that since magic itself is so rare to begin with.
Well, just gaining an understanding of their concept of magic is progress. Thanks a lot.
Mean. You're welcome. Oh, by the way. On that other subject, it looks like we're out of luck on the 7 heroes thing.
What? What do you mean?
Well, the only connection I found that might be related to them is a religion known as the 7 Light Faith.
I don't think I've heard of that before. Interesting.
Yeah, but from what I was able to uncover in my research, the 7 Light Faith was destroyed several centuries ago by the Freyjagard Empire. It wasn't just the 7 Light Faith either. They were one of many. All of the religions that used to exist on this continent were targeted, undermined, and eventually destroyed. Freyjagard's policy of survival of the fittest was ruthless and effective. In the end, it didn't allow for any gods to be placed above the Empire.
Religious oppression by the state.
I carefully checked all the villages surrounding Dormant to be sure. But not only were there no religions, they didn't even have records of any.
I see. However, that's still our only clue as to how to return to our world. Maybe it's been hidden. We'll have to search for it no matter what it takes.
I hear ya. We have a small logistical problem, though. You can't just move around freely. People need a travel permit signed by Marquis Findolf in order to leave the territory we're in right now. And Marquis Findolf turns out to be nasty. He's one hell of a shitty bastard.
There are a few of those around here.
Tsukasa, come see!
Huh?
We were able to finish it.
Woohoo! It's very nice! What's done?
Oh, I finally did something to help the village. I created a public facility for everyone.
Really? What kind of public facility?
This is just heaven, isn't it?
A public bathhouse. Something the village didn't know it needed. What a great idea.
Never seen anything like it. If I wear something like this, I can relax with my friends. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. You know, Ringo, if you're uncomfortable, you don't have to do this.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Hey, there you are, Lyrule. Where were you?
I went off to get this. It looked like Tsukasa injured his hand during the construction.
Yes, I did. I was doing work I'm not used to. What is this?
It's a salve that we make from horse oil. It's something we've used here for years. Applying it to the wound will ease the pain and help it heal faster.
I see. Thank you. That's sweet.
Guys! We've got trouble! Some of the villagers ran into a monster! Something called Chief of the Forest!
Huh?
I've got a large heat signature. It's 500 meters ahead.
Huh? Masato!
Look, everybody came out to greet us.
I'm sensing nervous energy. Something bad must have happened.
She's all alone.
You don't need to worry about her. How's everyone else?
No. It's bad. Mayor Olga.
So you're the chief of the forest.
He stopped breathing a minute ago.
We're not too late. If he only just stopped, he should be fine. Tell me, Kane, am I right?
Oh, yes. I can bring him back. The 5th through 10th ribs on the left side are all broken. There are severe abdominal lacerations. A significant section of the colon has been ruptured, and everything below the diaphragm has been exposed. He's passed out from hemorrhagic shock. He's now in cardiac arrest. Okay. I don't anticipate any problems. This shouldn't take more than an hour or so.
She's nearly done. She's sealing up the wound.
Damaged organs repaired. Surgical treatment complete. Liquid oxygen injected. Now commencing cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Treatment has been successfully completed. He should be up in 2 to 3 days. He'll make a full recovery.
It's a miracle.
Good work.
Thank you. But the truth is, it hardly even counts as work. Right? Don't you agree, Aoi?
Completely. It couldn't have been easier.
All right, guys. Time to return to Elm Village.
They should be back here soon. I'm sure it's all under control. Now what?
Worthless peasants, bow your heads! Before you stands the captain of Marquis Findolf's Guardian Knights! You will pay tribute to the Silver Knight Inzaghi!
What a loudmouth. Oh, brother.
This village reeks of privation. Go and seize them. You are all suspected of committing treason against the state.
Huh? What are you talking about?
We have testimony that you all used illegal means to acquire gold coins within these lands.
Illegal? We earned that money doing business according to the rules. Is it proof you need? I'm happy to show you our business permit and account ledger.
Don't bother. It's illegal for vulgar peasants such as yourselves to even touch gold. As you can see, every gold coin is engraved with the dragon crest of the Freyjagard Empire. Allowing your filthy hands to touch the royal image is forbidden. The mere act is considered treason against the state. Marquis Findolf, the lord of these lands, is highly offended by the reports he has received.
Are we even allowed to defend ourselves?
Hold your tongue, you peasant. Our noble words are law. Should we tell you to live, then you shall live. And if in our mercy we decide you should die, then you must accept your fate. We have an order directly from Lord Findolf. A traitor who doesn't know his place in our world shall be burned at the stake.
Please, no! What are we gonna do?
What? Where is everybody?
We've looked all over. We can't find them. There's not a trace anywhere. You don't think they're in that fire, do you?
We'll have to find out. Any volunteers?
Yes! Don't do it! Charging into a burning building won't help. It's suicide!
But what else can we do?
Don't panic. There was someone with them who's a world-renowned escape artist. He's gotten out of coffins that were welded shut.
And I did it again! Now behold! The captives have returned!
We're okay! Mother! Oh, Elk, you're unharmed.
Yes, thanks to him.
Huh?
He's really amazing.
You did well, Akatsuki. It's fortunate for these people you were here.
Yeah, close call.
We have a problem, Tsukasa. A big one. The ones who attacked us called themselves the Guardian Knights. They said their orders came directly from their lord.
Wait a minute. That would have to be Marquis Findolf, wouldn't it? We need to find Lyrule. She's missing.
Lyrule's been kidnapped?
Damn it! Everyone knows what's going to happen.
We have to get her back now! Listen! I'm going to the castle! Who wants to help rescue her?
Wait a minute. You don't want to do something rash.
What did you say?
Think about it. You're up against the Lord of Findolf, right? It's not like you're sneaking in through the back door. What you're proposing is more serious. You're declaring war. Even if you succeed in rescuing Lyrule, he'll just send his soldiers to get her back. And when they show up, they'll slaughter you all.
Then... what the hell are you suggesting we do?
Let me negotiate with him.
Huh?
At the present, Lyrule is the only one from this village the Lord cares about. And that means we may very well have to give her up for the greater good, to get him to drop the charges of treason. It's not an ideal solution, but I can negotiate it for you. You have my guarantee.
You damn son of a bitch! How can you even consider abandoning Lyrule?
Do you think I'd propose that if I thought there was another way?
We're talking about the lives of 100 or more versus the life of one. It's probably what Lyrule herself would propose.
It's so heartless.
I imagine you're right about that, Tsukasa.
Really, Mom?
But even so, we don't have to accept that it's our only choice. Even if it brings peace, how would we live with ourselves? We'd be like animals in the forest, doing whatever it takes to survive.
Yes, but shouldn't survival be your first consideration?
Not necessarily. Helping and supporting each other through life's challenges is what's most important. In the end, that's what really makes us human. So we're going to the castle. It's what we need to do to retain our humanity. Think about it. If we don't get her back, who would take care of your injured hands?
I just don't want to see anybody else get hurt.
I understand, but for her sake, would you all please join with us? I know we can rescue Lyrule if you and your friends lead the way. Please, Tsukasa. I'm begging you. Save our friend.
I'm telling you, once the fighting begins, mounds of corpses will pile up. And blood will run so deep the rivers will turn red. Everyone here will face suffering that could have been avoided if they had accepted things the way they've always been. Is anybody not willing to face that in order to protect their human dignity? If so, speak up. Very well. If you're truly prepared for the consequences, we'll aid with your mission. As representatives of a democratic republic, we'll help with your war. And your determination to be free.
Thank you.
Hey, isn't there something you still need to warn them about?
Yes, that was next. My friends, while we're more than willing to help you, in order to protect ourselves, there will be some serious fallout to your society. When we're done, we will have advanced this world's civilization by about 500 years. Your politics, your economics, your values, everything you know will change. To put it simply, we are about to destroy the world as you know it, so be absolutely sure you want to do this.
So, who is this beautiful creature you've dropped at my feet?
She was in the village that you ordered us to torch. I brought her back with me as a tribute to you, my lord.
I would expect no less, Inzaghi, from someone who is clearly the greatest knight in Findolf. I shall allow you to choose your reward in the near future.
I am deeply grateful, sire.
Now, come closer. Let me take a better look at you.
Yes. Of course, my lord.
Listen, girl. I'll make you a deal. If you'll play along and quietly fulfill your role as the Lord's whore, then I won't go and slaughter that village.
You promise the others will be safe?
Even an uneducated brat like you knows what the wise decision would be here.
This hair is so incredible. It feels just like silk, and the skin, it's so soft and smooth and pleasant to the touch. It's driving me mad with passion.
If my sacrifice protects my precious friends and family... My lord.
What is it, my dear?
I'm ready for you now. Do with me what you will. My body is yours.
That's just what I wanted to hear.
Huh? What's going on? Magic? You mean this woman's a mage?
Inzaghi! You're responsible for this. Tie up that filthy sow! You're my witness. She dared to attack me in my own chambers. Oh yes, she'll pray for death before I'm done with her.
Preparations complete! Ready to fire on your signal!
Roger that. Everyone's in position. We're about to go. Once you've started your assault, we'll move in.
I copy. Here we go. Electrical transmission systems are clear. Main inverter connected. Environmental variables evaluated. Adjusting firing angle. Ranges locked on. Output limiter off. Rail cannon. Firing.
What the hell?
Did something explode out there?
Everyone, enter the courtyard through the broken castle wall. Let's move!
Look, Commander! The Elm Villagers! They're charging in!
But how did... They should have burned up! That means they must have come here to rescue the girl. Crossbow squad, get ready! I want you to kill every one of those fools. Now fire! They deflected them? Those shields can't possibly be made of iron. At that size, they'd be far too heavy to wield. So what the hell are they?
They're incredible, aren't they? They come from our genius inventor. Ringo Ohoshi didn't just manufacture any ordinary shields. She came up with a metal of superior strength, yet light in weight. She combined the aluminum she extracted from bauxite with several other metals. The end result was the creation of a super alloy. It's the one that helped advance our own world's civilization through several eras. Despite its mass, it possesses unparalleled strength, and it's relatively cheap to produce. It's called Duralumin. By the standards of this world's civilization, you might say this stuff is invulnerable. So bring on all the arrows and other weapons you've got!
What the... They must have a sniper. But where? Where is he shooting from? No way. This is an iron arrow. How could it be fired from such an extended distance?
What an incredible weapon. I don't feel like I can miss. No matter how far the target is.
There are only a few dozen rebels! We have over 200 men! Get out there and crush those fools!
Iron-cutting flash. Art of strength. Samurai strike.
That's just a sample of my skills. Now I'll give you a real show of how a hunter functions.
Hey, for a housewife, you fight well.
After I got married, I didn't think I'd be doing anything dangerous again. But it's necessary to rescue Lyrule.
As always, your information gathering is impressive, Shinobu. I figured you knew the castle layout, but how did you find the secret passages?
I suspected we might need to infiltrate this place, so I researched it beforehand. Once you turn that corner, you'll be at Findolf's room.
Indrage's incompetence makes him practically useless. I can't believe he let you get this far into the castle. Unfortunately for you, this is the end of the line. I am Gale Stafford, the Imperial Mage Officer in charge of security here. I shall kill you rebels and present your heads to the Lord.
Stand your ground! Surround them so they have no escape route, then move in and wipe them out!
Shit. He's the only one left who's thinking strategically. Right on cue. Nice timing, Prince. Give him hell, buddy.
Fear me! Tremble before me! As you gaze upon me in awe, you stand before a great mage!
What? That kid's a mage?
Huh? I have to suck it up and make this happen. It's critical. People are counting on me. Here's a little gift from me, soldiers of Findolf!
What the?
What's this? Why is he attacking us with smoke?
Enjoying it? Breathe deep. These are my Mandragora poison bombs, created with my magical powers.
Poison! Run for it!
Damn it. Why isn't the mage officer coming out of the castle to confront this magician? No, it can't be. Come with me, men!
Sir!
You must have noticed. However, it's too late now.
How are you able to see my invisible blade?
I don't need to see it. The truth is, I can easily avoid your attacks. They're only an extension of the lines you're drawing with your wand.
What? How could you possibly know that?
Seeing through such a simple trick is easy for the world's top journalist. Oh, and did I mention I'm also a trained ninja warrior? It's really not that much of a challenge. Piece of cake. Ninja lightning flash by stun gun.
There you are.
I'll hold these guys off. You go find Lyrule.
Fine. Watch yourself.
Come back!
Lyrule. Looks like I got here before the worst could happen.
Got the sucker! I shot him right in the heart! I don't hear the sounds of anyone fighting outside anymore either. I imagine they must all be dead by now. Those scum didn't know their place. Why are you so special, you little bitch? Apparently you're the cause of all the commotion out there. You've cost me quite a few men. I'm going to have to punish you for that. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
Step away from her.
What? How can you still be alive? I hit you dead center with a kill shot.
I'm wearing a protective suit made from aramid. There's no way to penetrate it with a firearm that isn't rifled, which this one happens to be.
That's impossible. A commoner like yourself is not allowed to possess a miniaturized flintlock. Such weapons are forbidden.
I can fire off another 6 shots with this handgun. Would you like me to demonstrate? I could start with your arms and legs, then move up till I reach your neck and head.
Now, hold on. Why don't we talk about this? You came for this woman, isn't that why you're here? Well, you can take her with you. I'll even give you money. Yes, all you have to do is put that thing away.
Forget it. You think I'm a complete idiot? After causing so much violence and upsetting the status quo, the Freyjagard Empire will never let us go free. At this point, there's no turning back. The goal of a people's revolution is to create a nation where all men are considered equal, and anyone can become the leader of that nation. We won't stop what we're doing until we've built a new nation by and for the people. The kind of nation where everyone shares a collective responsibility.
You must be kidding, you idiot! What a bunch of garbage! You think all men are actually created equal? The Emperor will never allow such nonsense to stand. He'll hunt you down and kill you. Every single one of you will die.
I guess, in that case, we'll be forced to kill the Emperor before he kills us. We are willing to do whatever's necessary to change this world.
You think you can get away with such treachery?
Yes, if it's truly the will of the people. What other reason is there for politicians to exist? You're quite dramatic. It's just a rubber bullet. Lyrule, it's me. Are you all right? Speak to me.
Thank goodness.
That's not Lyrule's voice.
I was able to make it just in time. There's very little of me that is left. I can sense it. All around me, this world is being consumed by a giant evil dragon's mouth.
Who's speaking to me?
I beg you. You have to act quickly. Save this world. My 7 heroes.
Wait a minute. Are you the one who summoned us to this place? Hey, you! I need answers!
You're here? I don't know what happened.
Don't worry, you're safe.
The Marquis. He was about to... Oh, wait. Tsukasa, what happened here?
We came to rescue you. The whole village is outside.
You mean everyone?
Yeah. We stormed the Lord's castle, and now we've seized control of it.
so confused. I feel happy that you all came for me, but I'm scared at the same time. And I feel guilty. Everyone's in danger now, and it's all because of me.
Lyrule, none of this is your fault. There are going to be some big challenges ahead, and we're all going to have to work together to overcome them. You know what, though? We can worry about all of that later. For now, you're safe. And that's all that really matters.
Tsukasa...
Just a little more and I'll be done. Elk, you did a great job out there.
Good work there, kiddo!
Don't sneak around!
This is the sound of equality and freedom being born into this world. To maintain that freedom, we'll first need to be recognized by everyone as an independent nation. And to do that, we're going to need a god.
What in the world is that?
Wow! How's it move without horses?
Rabbit? Very well, I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen!
Gaze upon me, for I am a god! All right, everyone, watch very closely. Impressive demonstration, huh?
Now, here you go, people. A little gift from the god Akatsuki.
Wait a second.
That's mayonnaise.
Oh my goodness. It's the best thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Everybody within the sound of my voice should have faith in God Akatsuki. Those who believe in him shall find everlasting salvation. And mayonnaise! You may now enjoy the divine food provided by your god!
I'll tell ya, business certainly picked up all of a sudden.
Yes, it did.
Hey, What's going on?
To be honest, I haven't found a way to talk to Tsukasa to thank him for saving me.
Maybe he doesn't want you to thank him.
Receive your blessings, everyone! Come worship your god! I'm here for you! Check it out!
He's taking this god stuff seriously.
There's nothing like the power of religion. I thought it would be our best hope of uniting the region. I had to find a way to get everybody on the same page.
What's better than a magic show?
Yeah, nothing is more powerful than faith. By portraying ourselves as a god and his messengers, we'll be able to create a governmental infrastructure that will allow a smooth transfer of power to the people of this world when we finally return to our own.
Great idea.
Thank you. We're using the old Seven Light Faith name as a cover. With any luck, we might be contacted by someone who's gone underground with the real religion.
Wow! That Rurek mountain range looks steep.
Do we really have to cross it?
Well, of course. I have a mission. I have to get information on Buckwald and bring it back to Tsukasa.
Yeah, but did you notice how much it's snowing?
Don't worry, Chilly Boy. A little snow isn't gonna defeat us. I've gotten scoops in the middle of blizzards before. So, come on. You up for it?
I guess.
It's the god Akatsuki and the others from the Seven Light Faith! Attention, everyone! We've come here bearing gifts from your lord Akatsuki. So get in line! It's Mayo time!
I'll follow you forever, Lord Akatsuki!
Me too! Can I get a spoon?
Seven Light Faith! Seven Light Faith! Seven Light Faith! Seven Light Faith!
The Royals will take revenge on Dormont. I need to get my family out of here as soon as I can. Come in. I'll be leaving here in the morning. Pack all my bags.
What's the big rush, Mr. Mayor? You're not running away, are you?
You're that guy from the Seven Light Faith.
Tsukasa Mikugami. Yes, I'm one of the angels who serves the god Akatsuki.
What do you want from me?
I just came here to have a chat. I was concerned you have the wrong idea about us.
And what would that be?
We haven't come here to persecute nobles, or to throw the city into chaos either. In fact, we'd like to cooperate with you and the rest of the nobility in this land. After all, there's work that has to be done for which you are uniquely qualified. Of course, we'd guarantee a fair wage for you. Or would you prefer to flee to some unknown land, eventually using up the few assets you're able to take with you as you live in fear of both us and the Empire?
What exactly is it that you're asking me to do?
Not much. Just to continue serving as the Mayor of Dormont, while also pledging allegiance to me, my associates, and the Seven Light Faith.
Good afternoon. I'm the mayor of this city. My name is Walter von Heiserad. I am here today to make the following proclamation. Henceforth, this city shall be governed by the leaders of the Seven Light Faith.
I'm glad they're in charge.
Tell me about it.
This is what you wore to the mayor's?
It's a good disguise, but don't you think it's a little creepy?
I don't know. I think he models that outfit quite well.
Yeah, and think about it. What better way to sneak into the mayor's mansion without alerting the guards than by putting on a maid's uniform? Did you go all the way, though? And wear some lacy women's underpants?
Well, here's your answer. Take a look. Check out this low-angle shot.
He's wearing his business suit?
Always formal.
But he such a really beautiful woman.
I'll send you the photo later.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
If I knew you were going to enjoy it this much, I would have started cross-dressing much earlier.
So what do we do now that we've united Findolf? We still have to govern the place, don't we?
Yes. I plan to focus on domestic affairs here in Dormant, and to shore up our foundation. As for you guys, you should return to Elm Village and get some rest. You've worked very hard in the last few days.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm down to my last illusion. Compared to this city, it'll be pretty quiet.
What's up, Kane? You look worried.
There's a situation that concerns me.
Anything we can do to help?
We're running low on medical supplies, so I'd like to build a facility to produce antibiotics. Do you think you could round up some labor and capital?
Well, sure, I'd be happy to. But don't you need to take a little break?
Hey, compared to what happened on the battlefield, this has been like a vacation.
All right, then. You put together a list of all the things you need. I'll get it to you.
I appreciate that a lot.
Aoi, if you don't mind, I'd like you to stay with Akatsuki while you take your break.
I hear you loud and clear. I'll keep watch over him, both day and night. Hey, at least give me a little privacy in the bathroom. Forget about it.
Ringo, as for you... We're starting to run low on electricity. I was thinking we could use a power station. A small one would be fine.
Well, if you're okay with a thermal power station, I can probably get that one ready in no time.
That sounds great. Masato can get you what you need. Am I right?
Just leave it to me. We happen to be rolling in money right now, so I can get you anything. On another subject, Tsukasa. We have quite a few soldiers at our disposal, between the ones from Findolf Castle and the ones from here in Dormant. Any plans?
Oh yes, I'm thinking of combining them into an order of knights, attached to the Seven Light Faith.
Aren't you going to need a leader for that?
I have somebody in mind. He's a soldier whose integrity is beyond question.
Hey, have you heard the news? It looks like the entire watch is going to be incorporated into the Seven Light Faith.
Yeah, the word is we're all getting a pay raise.
Really? That's great.
I'm resigning.
What?
Captain!
May I join you?
You're one of those angels, aren't you?
My name is Tsukasa Mikogami. I was hoping we could have a little chat. I believe you're known as the Silver Knight, Zesdo Bernard?
That's right, but it's not quite accurate. You see, only Imperial Knights get to have dough added to their name. And I'm no longer a member of the Watch.
Very well. Bernard it is. I've been looking into your history. You've exhibited great courage. Your fellow soldiers trust you. They say you are a reliable man who makes calm judgments at all times.
Well, I am honored and humbled by their praise. Why are you here? What is it you need from me?
I'd like you to become the commander of our newly formed Order of Knights.
I'm honored, really, but I have to decline. As I mentioned, I recently resigned my commission.
Oh, may I ask why you stepped down?
It's because of you and your fellow angels.
Excuse me, what do you mean?
I was watching. You all seem quite pleased with yourselves, taking over with your mayonnaise and your divine power. But the Empire will come attack you. Blood will run in the streets. Besides, there's something else that I have to do. Something that takes precedence over being a knight. And because of that, I've quit. Don't we get to choose our own jobs in this new order? That's democracy, right? Thanks for the offer, but I'm sure you'll find somebody else just as qualified.
How'd it go? With your candidate for head knight?
He's exactly the man I thought he'd be, but he says he's done being an Imperial Knight.
Oh yeah? That's a surprise. Too bad. I guess you'll have to find someone else.
Not at all. I'll just go talk to him again tomorrow.
You traveled all the way out here. Why? You didn't believe me the first time? What is it that you want?
The same thing. I never really got to discuss it with you.
What's to talk about?
You didn't hear me out. We would still like you to be the leader of our knights.
Huh? Wasn't I clear enough? I'm done being a member of any order.
In spite of that, we'd still like to ask it of you. I'm more certain than ever after yesterday. I believe we need a man with your qualities.
Listen, Angel. There are things... Huh? Ari? What's the matter? I thought you were gonna play.
I did, but I missed you, so I came back.
Oh, is that right? Well, guess what? I missed you too, Ari.
Yay!
This is your daughter?
That's right, and Papa is my papa.
She's the precious treasure left to me by my wife, who passed away in an epidemic recently. Ari, Papa needs to talk to this man for a minute. Could you go play by yourself?
Okay, I'm gonna choose the leaves.
You see, I became a knight for one reason, so I could protect my daughter. The bottom line is, nothing in this world's more precious to me. That means I'm willing to give up anything so long as I can live with her. I just can't make commitments that would jeopardize our bond. If this town was attacked and I was sent off to protect it, and I had to abandon my little girl, then I would have no incentive to stay on the job. The truth is, she's the main reason I became a knight in the first place. There are plenty of other knights, some with great loyalty, who are happy to serve the Empire or the Emperor. I don't think a selfish man like me would be the best choice to fill such a critical position.
Bernard, I don't understand why. You say putting your family first is selfish. That just confirms my evaluation of you as an honorable man. We'd expect you'd put your daughter first and foremost. What we're seeking from you isn't blind allegiance, just an ally who'll fight beside us.
I don't understand.
We're not like any rulers you've known before. We want an open society, a democracy where everyone can live free. I'm sure the thought has crossed your mind. Why should family connections, bloodlines, or other uncontrollable factors determine whose life has greater value? It makes no sense. Our aim is to destroy that way of thinking once and for all. But to do it, people will need to leave behind the social norms and conditioning they've accepted in the past. We'll need everyone to take part in the revolution. The truth is, none of this can work if the people who are most affected don't have the drive to stand up and change this world themselves.
Are you really saying you can create a world where each and every inhabitant is free to determine the course of their future?
With your help, I promise we can.
Fly away, little leaves!
What is a knight, after all? What is a sword? Is a knight not someone who stands up and fights to protect the values of the world he inhabits? And isn't his sword then an implement? A tool in defense of those values? Bernard, we're willing to post you here so you can be with your daughter. And in return for that, we ask that you choose to be the leader of our knights and stand as an example for those around you. Show them all that their futures lie within their own free will.
Well, when the Empire does attack us, we'll fight them as free men so that if we win, the future is our own. I, Zes Bernard, do hereby dedicate myself to this sacred mission.
You won't be sorry. I promise.
There's something wrong with that silver-haired brat. I don't believe he's really an angel.
Hey, keep your voice down. He'll hear you.
Huh? I don't care if he hears me. What's he gonna do?
I wondered when some of the locals were going to start questioning this whole god and angel thing. There haven't been any serious religions here for centuries. We'll have to keep on top of this before it becomes widespread.
Why so long?
Ah! How did you do that?
So, did you pick up any interesting news?
No, not really. It's one subject. How they're going to march on Findolf once the winter passes.
Not surprising.
So what did you find out?
Well, I heard there's an amazing magician in charge of the soldiers. A special mage officer.
Oh, you mean Lord Gustave, Duke Fastidious?
He's supposed to be an incredible warrior and magician, but we won't know until we have a chance to observe him. Okay, let's do it.
Huh?
Let's go meet this guy everybody's talking about.
The bloodthirsty warrior?
I come to you on bended knee, my Lord Gustave, humbly asking to be restored to power in the land of Findolf. You want my help after you were defeated in battle by nothing more than a band of common villagers? Those damn rebels. I, Oslo El Gustave, make this vow. I shall drown them all in their own blood.
Here's our new tax reform plan. Please enact it immediately. We'll be abandoning the class system and implementing a new set of laws. Any objections? Very good. Now I want to discuss what else we have in mind, if you would. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Mr. Mayor.
I'll leave you to your work.
You need something?
I was just wondering, when do you get any sleep?
Oh, well, sleep's overrated.
Everyone's been saying that the angels of the Seven Light Faith just never sleep. After observing the way you work, I'm starting to believe they're right.
I've been running the rest of you awfully hard. Pretty much day and night. I can't ask that and then sneak around taking a bunch of naps, can I? Don't worry, though. I do get some rest. I try to fit it in when I'm not busy remaking the society.
He seems to be recovering well.
My goodness, you are a very impressive young lady. At first I thought we were going to have to bury him in pieces. But now he seems to be like his old self. Ain't that right?
Why the hell are you always so rough?
I am your daughter, after all.
Yeah. It appears I owe you my life, Doctor. Thank you very much.
I was only doing my job as a physician.
We can't have you out of commission forever. Some big things happened while you were laying around recovering.
Yeah. For starters, our village decided to pick a fight with the Empire.
You missed out on a couple of cool battles.
I have to heal up quick so I can be part of the next one!
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if you don't slow down and heal, I'll have to sedate you. Oh, good grief. Can't you wait one day before you mess up all my work?
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Rue?
What's happened to you?
1 times 5 is 5. That's great! I feel like I'm alive again!
Why haven't you been eating or drinking, young lady?
Well, everybody has to take this multiplication test at school, so I've been trying real hard to memorize the tables thing.
What's that?
It's a song about multiplication.
It's something that makes multiplication a whole lot easier to learn.
Ooh, sounds complicated.
It's all about numbers. I'm not very good at it either.
Don't let it get you down, Rue.
Huh?
You can make a living just fine even if you don't know how to multiply.
Look at us! We can barely add 2 and 2!
I'm not sure you guys are a good example. My teacher said math is important if you want to be successful in business, but I just can't seem to get the hang of it.
Math is important no matter what job you do. Keep at it. You'll figure it out after a while.
Looks like the power plant's almost ready to go online.
We managed to secure a large amount of coal, too.
I'm storing the power it generates. I'm putting most of it in the high-capacity batteries we borrowed from our miniature nuclear reactor.
It should create a lot of clean energy. We're starting the trial run tomorrow.
Looks like that will take care of our power generation issue. Excellent. Good work.
Since that job's done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next project, okay?
I'm counting on you.
Bye-bye, bear buddies!
What's she referring to?
The production of essential tools, like a lathe and a milling machine, for the battles coming up in the spring. I'm planning to equip some of our squads with guns.
Modernizing our military? Why don't you just build an automatic manufacturing plant?
Actually, I'd like to have the people of this world make their own weapons as much as possible. They need to have a personal stake in this fight.
I get it. If we just hand freedom to them with no sweat and no sacrifice, it won't mean anything.
Exactly. And we have other imperatives we're gonna need Ringo for. We have to quickly build ourselves an aerial defense system.
What? Aerial defense? What are we protecting against? Missiles or something?
Nothing that easy. This world has its own version of aerial warfare, with dragons and bolts of magic. Yesterday, I received a scary report from Shinobu. Heaven's flames, you say?
That's right. It's a tactical spell that apparently has enough force to wipe out an entire city. The governor of the Northern Lands, Oslo El Gustave, used Heaven's flames in the previous war, creating literal seas of fire within the cities of the nations he was battling.
Well, that's not very encouraging. It sounds like he'll do it again. He'll use his Heaven's flames to try and obliterate Dormont.
That's what I'm worried about.
Tsukasa!
Huh? Lyrule? Why didn't you go back to Elm Village with everyone else?
I just couldn't. I know this whole war started because of me, so I wanted to stay and be useful in some way. Which is why I'm helping to distribute food right now.
I see. Thank you. It's a big help.
Oh, listen, Tsukasa.
What is it?
If you wouldn't mind, could we go somewhere and have lunch together?
No.
I wanted to thank you properly for, for saving me.
I appreciate that, but there's no real need for it. I have a meeting that I need to attend, so I have to get back to the office right away.
Oh. Masato, I don't understand Tsukasa's reaction. Do you think he hates me?
Not at all. He's just busy governing.
I hope it's that, but I get the feeling that lately he doesn't even want to be around me.
I'm sure you're wrong.
I figure he must be mad at me, since what I did caused this war to take place.
He doesn't blame you for that.
Well then, what is it? Does he find my ears creepy?
Now calm down. You're upset for nothing.
If not that, then what?
Look, it's not anything you did. It's something he did.
So what is it? Why does he treat me like this?
The truth is, he's having trouble facing you because he feels really guilty.
Huh?
When everyone in the village wanted to rush off and rescue you, he spoke up and said the better course of action was to let you go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Please, don't get the wrong idea, though. He felt their pain, and it wasn't because he didn't want to save you. He was just concerned about the repercussions for the village.
Of course, I understand that.
Ever since I've known him, he's prioritized the happiness of the majority, even if it means he has to sacrifice someone precious to him. It's something I don't understand. To be honest, I don't think he gets it either. Or he's just crazy. Either way, he's not gonna change overnight. Give him space and he'll be fine.
I'm sorry. You asked for building age assignments, but that turns out to be difficult. The craftsmen we took with us said they couldn't make them any more precise.
Okay. This is important information for urban improvements. You did a good job with a difficult assignment. You should get some rest. Take tomorrow off.
Thank you very much, sir.
Maybe I have been pushing myself too hard. Yes, who is it?
It's Lyrule. Tsukasa, do you have some time right now?
I'm sorry, but I have a busy day tomorrow, and I'm exhausted. I was planning to get to bed early tonight. Could you possibly come back some other time?
Oh, then it's perfect. If you're about to go to bed, then you're done with work for today, right? Sorry to burst in on you.
Is what you want to talk about that urgent?
Yes, it is. I came here to repay you.
Repay me for what, Lyrule?
You know very well for what. And I've come here to tell you, I'm willing to do anything.
You don't owe me a single thing. The truth is, it was my suggestion we abandon you.
So I was told. The fact is, I would have done the same thing myself. When I was presented with the option of sacrificing my life to save everyone else in the village, there was never a question as to what I was going to do. And even though it was for the greater good, you came to save me anyway. Doesn't that at least deserve a thank you?
You need to know, I'm really not the good man you think I am, Lyrule.
That's not true at all. The fact is, you care about everyone. You've been dedicated to improving the lives of the people in our village. You showed us how to make mayonnaise to sell. You drove off the soldiers who attacked us. When the chief of the forest threatened us, you sent your best fighter out to defeat him and protect our families. After doing all that, how can you think you're not good?
I have to confess something. I killed my own father. When I was young, I admired my father, who was a prominent politician. However, one day, I discovered something horrible. His power was built upon a vast network of corruption. I was completely devastated. This man I had looked up to my entire life turned out to be nothing more than a common thief. I worked with Shinobu and the merchant to expose my father's wrongdoing. He was put on trial, found guilty, and ultimately sentenced to death.
You're his son! How could you have done this?
In making justice for his victims my priority, I didn't consider the consequences to my father, and he paid the ultimate price. To this day, my mother still hates me for what I did. It took me a while, but I understand her feelings. Even though he was a crook, he was still the man she loved. I've tried and tried, but I can't forgive my father for what he did to his victims. I don't understand. Why are you crying?
Sorry, but I just can't help it. Thinking about the guilt you're carrying makes me sad. How do you deal with such a thing? Doesn't it hurt all the time?
Every single day. But it's the price I have to pay if I'm going to be true to myself, as a person and a politician. I'm no saint, but I am determined to uphold a basic code of morality.
I get it. I do.
It's hard to hear, but at least you know the truth about me. What are you doing?
You think because of what you did, you're not worthy of love or respect. Now that I know your history, you expect I'm going to hate you for what you did, but you're wrong. I admire you for standing up for your principles. You can push all you want, Tsukasa, but you're never gonna push me away.
You win. I surrender.
I'm so glad.
In recognition of our new open friendship, I have a challenge for you. Think you can handle it?
What? you need me to do? Just cradle you?
You did say you'd do anything for me, right? I figure an hour of sleep like this is gonna be worth 3 hours of tossing and turning.
You can sleep here all night. You don't have to limit yourself to just 1 hour.
True, but I'm afraid that would wear your legs out. Don't be afraid to wake me up if you find they start to hurt.
I will.
Thank you, Lyrule.
Huh?
You know, for crying for me. All of that made me feel a little better.
Sure.
Is that you, Ringo? That was fast. You mean you're already done? How was your meeting with Tsukasa? I thought you were going to hand over the materials list and consult him on the production schedule. It doesn't seem like you were over there long enough to do that. I mean, you were barely gone. Were you not able to talk to him? I know he's very busy supervising the people who work for the city. Do you need me to come with you next time?
One times 4 is 4. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 6 are... I don't understand multiplication. I'll never understand it.
Promise not to look in this direction.
I promise, all right. Just hurry and get washed up.
Oh my. I see you brought our little god to the bath.
Hey! Is everyone in town gonna be dropping by?
Yeah, I posted a general invite. Would you just get in already? I'm on a schedule, little man. I don't have time to listen to all your whining.
This is a surprise. Didn't expect to see you, Rue. Were you all right down there?
Just trying to practice multiplication.
We wouldn't even be here now if Akatsuki hadn't been so freaked out and kept dragging his feet.
I have a right to some privacy! What makes you think it's okay to follow me everywhere?
Don't forget, pal, you're the founder of the Seven Light Faith. And that makes you a revered religious figure. So for your protection, you have to be accompanied by a guard everywhere you go.
Yeah? That doesn't explain why Kana gets to be in the same bath with me!
I'm just here in case you need artificial respiration.
Fat chance of that. Huh? You okay, Rue? You look kind of depressed.
It's just, I can't memorize my times tables.
And what do you have to know those for?
Well, without them, I won't be able to pass my school test on multiplication.
That makes sense. You're training to be a merchant and you have to count money.
She's Masato's apprentice. She has to be sharp.
I'm trying, but the numbers just get all fuzzy. No matter what I do, they fly out of my head.
Watching Rue work so hard reminds me of my own training. I had no patience. I was sure it was a waste of energy. They had me repeating sword moves over and over. I was bored to death and couldn't figure out what the point was.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I had to do my magic tricks endlessly until I got him down. And since I was only perfecting the technique, it was no fun at all.
It was the same for me. I spent most of my school years memorizing books on anatomy and medicine.
So how did all of you manage to get through it?
In my case, I had started learning the Ichijo style of swordsmanship when I was very young. But then something came along that inspired me.
Really? What happened?
I saw a samurai drama called The Much Too Unfettered Shogun, and it made me want to become someone who used her skills to help the powerless.
Oh. What about you?
I always knew. In elementary school, I saw a magic show and said, this is what I want to do.
How do I find something to inspire me?
It's really not all that hard to figure out. You just do whatever makes you happy. That's the trick.
And once you know what makes you happy, you focus your efforts on achieving it.
What makes me happy? Why didn't I think of that? I knew it all along. Of course! That's my inspiration. I'm going to work hard until I can perfect multiplication.
All right, now you're getting into the spirit.
That's great. What did you find that makes you so happy, Rue?
I like money!
Oh, well, that's pretty much true for everyone. Just thinking about numbers isn't all that helpful. Try picturing the money itself while you do the math.
How does something like that work?
I'll show you. Let's say your math problem is 5 times 5. That would mean you have 5 stacks of 5 gold coins.
Wait a minute, I know the answer to that. It means I have 25 gold coins.
My goodness. Wow, great job. Let's try another. How about 7 times 7?
Da-da-da-da! 49 coins!
Absolutely right. Now try 8 times 9.
Okay, 72 coins!
That's amazing! How about 24 times 365?
Da-da-da! 8,760!
Whoa, you did it!
Yes! You're right! I did it! I finally did it! I conquered multiplication!
Is Rue all right out there? I mean, she passed her multiplication test, didn't she?
With flying colors.
I thought so. So why does she look like somebody hit her over the head with a stick?
Her teacher has now moved on to division.
Oh dear. The path to being a merchant is peppered with potholes.
Now all of Rue's coins keep disappearing. I really don't like division.
Maybe you should slow down on the drinking a little bit, huh?
She's fine. You should have some too, Elk.
Oh, well, thank you, Emerata.
Hey, miss. That's me. What is it, Melinda? Have some of this, too. Ooh, that looks tasty. I'm glad we came here. This place is great. You have clean streets, delicious food, and you really roll out the welcome mat for strangers.
Well, thank you for the compliment. The truth is, there's a reason we live in comfort. Those of us here in Kokonono Village owe our prosperity to our lord, Oslo El Gustav, as well as His Highness, Emperor Lindworm von Freyjagard. We're happy to share our prosperity with as many people as possible, including any strangers who happen to pass our way.
That's right. Mama gets so excited when people come here, she puts out more food than they could ever eat.
Now, Melinda, don't give away all our secrets.
Oh, sorry about that.
You know, I'm surprised things are so different. This town's a lot friendlier than the last one.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Don't be shy. We have lots more if you want.
You know what? That sounds good. Maybe I will have a refill.
Drink all you like.
I do like. Yay! This is one of the best inns I've ever stopped in. In fact, if you ask me, it's incredible. I drank, I ate, and now I'm gonna take myself a nice little nap.
Are you sure you're okay? Sorry about this. Guess we got a little too generous with the wine.
Don't fret over it. She'll be absolutely fine, I think.
If you say so. Anyway, we have no other guests right now. You both will have the whole place to yourselves.
So, listen to me.
Huh?
I'm not trying to be rude, but you two should both leave as soon as you can.
Melinda! It's time to go.
Yes, ma'am.
That was weird. I gotta tell you, I'm stumped. I find it hard to believe there's a village that's actually this well off anywhere within the Empire. If they're comfortable with things the way they are, then I have to imagine they wouldn't support the teachings of the Seven Light Faith. We'll just have to discuss this when we're sober.
Hold on a second. I think I can help you with that. Well, how do you feel? Are you sobered up now?
What the hell's going on here? What are you doing? Huh? Wait, I thought that you were drunk.
Don't be silly. There's no way a shinobi would get drunk on a few glasses of wine.
Then, why were you putting on that act?
Because something's not right around here.
Huh?
You mean you didn't notice? The people acted strange. They kept encouraging us to eat and drink the whole time we were there, but they barely even touched the food themselves. Even though all of them are starving.
How do you know that?
Trust me, I could tell. They tried to hide as much of it as they could with makeup, but their skin is rough and dried out, and their eyes are so jaundiced even an amateur could spot it from across the room. Those are classic signs of severe malnutrition.
How did you notice that stuff?
From the moment we entered this village, I had a sense that something was wrong. I did a little snooping around and discovered a secret. I can show you. All right. Ready, Elk? Don't freak. Here's the truth behind the village.
What is this?
They lure travelers to their inn, fill them up on food and drink until they can't move, and then they do this.
They're killing them and stealing all of their money?
I don't think that's all of it. These people feel more like a den of vampires. It looks to me like they're murdering people, then draining their victims dry and eating their flesh.
Wait a minute. Do you mean we just ate?
No, you don't have to worry. What you and I both ate was regular animal meat.
All villagers, out of your homes and line up now! The Silver Knight Jean de LeBlanc is here for her weekly inspection. All right, now that everyone has assembled, let's have the greeting!
Thank you very much, sir, for your generosity. Because of you, we commoners can enjoy another happy and productive 24 hours of service. For this blessing, we humbly thank His Imperial Majesty.
Everyone, continue to stand at attention. All of you have passed. Return to your homes. Stop there! Mother and child!
Yes? What is it?
There is dirt on the arm of your daughter's blouse!
As you well know, your attire must always be free of dirt and damage, maintained in a clean and beautiful condition. Anyone who lives within His Imperial Majesty's borders has to maintain these standards.
Bring the child here. We shall administer the punishment.
What's going on? What's the point of all this?
Who knows? Sometimes, compassion is stifled by the authority someone holds over others. And they do things that no normal person would ever be able to understand.
Mother! Mother! Please don't do this! The child's mistake is really the parent's mistake after all! So in this case, please punish me!
You stopped smiling. As the people protected by His Imperial Majesty, you must show your gratitude to him at all times by maintaining a smile. These are the laws of Duke Gustave.
Now smile! That is an order!
What? All this over a little stain on her clothes?
What are you planning to do?
Put a stop to it!
You're going out to protect the people who tried to deceive and murder us earlier?
That girl was different. She tried to warn us. She told us to run. I have to help.
I understand how you feel, Elk. So listen, if you're determined to go through with this, I have a plan. Hello there!
Who the hell are you?
If you keep whipping her like that, she's going to die. So I'd appreciate it if you'd knock it off.
That uniquely shaped weapon is a shuriken. She's a dangerous ninja. Tell me, are you from the Yamato Empire? I guess you've revealed yourself to rescue this young girl. Am I right?
Yes, so would you care to make a deal with me?
What do you have in mind?
Obviously, surrounded by all these men of yours, I'm not likely to win a battle. However, in the process, I'll be able to take over half of them down with me. And that will include you, by the way. But instead, if you promise to immediately stop your cruel treatment of this child, I'll let you capture me without a fight.
Very well. You may release the girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Linda! Thanks so much.
Seize her at once! We're taking her with us.
You're going to rescue the girl by surrendering?
Right. If I'm lucky, these guys might transport me right to the enemy's doorstep. Take this. Just make sure to tell Tsukasa that I let myself be captured, okay?
Be careful, Shinobu.
Well, this didn't work out quite the way I had hoped. For starters, they didn't take me all the way to their lord's castle, but I should be able to gather some information from this one. I guess one plan would be to break out of these chains, kidnap the Silver Knight, and then force her to tell me everything she knows about Gustave. That would be the most efficient way to handle this.
Open it.
Yes, ma'am. I presume you're gonna torture her?
Leave us. Go outside.
Huh? I could do that if you wish, but don't you think it's dangerous to leave you alone with her?
I can handle myself. Besides, torturing a prisoner is an entertainment. I don't need an audience.
But surely I could be of some assistance, Commander.
Go, now! Unless you would prefer to be carried out.
Right! As you wish, ma'am.
Listen. I know you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but I have to give you fair warning. I'm a shinobi. You want to be careful with me.
Thank you both so much for saving my daughter.
I saw what you keep in the basement. You were all planning to murder us in our sleep, weren't you? And then feast on our bodies.
Can you please forgive us?
That's a stupid request! Why would I do that?
Because we were desperate, we had no choice. Believe me, if we didn't do this, none of us would have survived. Kokonono Village was originally a small farming community. We made our living growing wheat and selling it at open markets. However, when Gustave became our lord, the first thing he did was issue a beautification decree. The end result was, we had to ensure that the people in the streets were maintained in spotless condition at all times, day and night. And of course, all the expenses for that mandate came out of our own pockets. We couldn't get muddy, so we could no longer work the fields, and we had no way to make a living. Eventually, the village was completely penniless. We spent every day fighting against starvation. We ate everything we could possibly eat. And when there was finally nothing left, we did what we had to do in order to survive. Even though we were poor, as long as we were together and had a little bit of food on the table, we could tell ourselves that we were happy. But now I have to face the truth. There's no way around it. I've done despicable acts in the name of survival. There's no way I'll ever be happy again.
I'm afraid what you've done can never be forgiven. But you didn't cause this.
I want to thank you for saving that young girl earlier today. It was a very brave act.
Excuse me, what exactly is going on here?
My name is, in fact, Jean de LeBlanc. I'm an Imperial Silver Knight in service to Count Bloomheart, and a member of the Azure Brigade. We're concerned about the future of this region. Its leader is suspect. If you have come from the Yamato Empire to infiltrate this particular region, then you and the Azure Brigade share a common enemy in Duke Fastidius, also known as Oslo El Gustave. They say the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Are you willing to join us? Be part of the resistance and overthrow the Duke?
Oh, just look at it. What a beautiful and radiant form. This golden statue will be a lasting tribute from the people he rules to His Majesty's glory.
Yes, sir. It will be placed at the center of the Grand Fountain in the central plaza of the Imperial capital, where everyone can admire it.
Excellent. Now, let us make 4 more of these and place 1 in each of the regions bordering the Imperial territory. You may start procuring the gold at once.
Sir, if I may offer my humble opinion, producing just one of these golden statues has placed a very heavy burden upon the residents of your domain. I've heard that it's not uncommon for them to eat the flesh of passing travelers, or their own relatives, to stave off starvation. If we were to try and create 4 more statues while they're in that state, then...
Some people would perish. Is that your concern?
Well, yes, sir.
That would be acceptable. Knights prove their loyalty to His Majesty by taking up arms on his behalf. Similarly, among the upper class, the nobles prove their loyalty through proper governance of the lands they oversee. So then you may ask, how is it possible for low-born peasants to prove their loyalty? There can be but one answer. Only through dying for His Majesty. Hopefully this is now clear to you, Oscar. To other business. Have we finally managed to suppress the rebellion that occurred in Findolf?
Sir, once winter has concluded and the path for our army opens up, 100,000 troops are ready to descend upon the town and its inhabitants.
When winter's concluded, is that right? You're telling me Buckwald and Arclight haven't begun to advance yet?
Well, no.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. You're telling me we have allowed those pests to trample over His Imperial Majesty's sacred land? For more than a month? This is unacceptable! The incompetence of my commanders is a disgrace! Do they know how this is going to make me look in the eyes of His Majesty? I'll be banned from the royal court! I am angry beyond reason. It is time to use Heaven's flames.
Danger. There is danger for the 7 heroes. They are going to be under attack very soon. I need your help in order to protect them. Go to them as soon as you can and channel my guidance.
What was that voice? And who are the 7 heroes?
It is time to destroy the pests devouring the lands of Freyjagard. They shall all feel the heat of the rage burning inside me!
Help us! Help us! Please!
the south-southeast.
Ringo, we received the emergency broadcast, but we don't have a description. What's this flying object?
We can't identify it yet. So far, it looks
From
like...
its angle and trajectory, we have a very good idea of its point of origin, that's for sure. It's from somewhere in the Gustav region.
Wait! From what I can track, this thing is going to land right in the middle of Dormont!
It can only be one thing. Gustav is attacking the city with heaven's flames. Got it, Ringo?
Leave it to me! Activate the anti-air missiles!
At your command, Ringo!
But I suspect it's protected by some kind of magic.
If that turns out to be true, it'll be very difficult to destroy!
Ringo, were there any changes to the object's flight path and predicted landing point after you intercepted it?
Hold on. I'm calculating now. It's been diverted to a residential neighborhood in the southeastern block.
Here's what you need to do. Keep firing missiles so we can deflect it even further from populated areas. The more, the better.
Okay then, I'll do that. But do you really think this will work?
I've spent the last month researching, and I've uncovered a lot about the Heaven's Flames weapon. I suspect this device is closer to a flamethrower than an explosive. That means it has to completely blanket an area to do any real damage. So we need to avoid a direct hit. Fire those missiles!
Got it. Here goes. Bear Rabbit, your assignment is to redirect that object into the ocean outside the city.
There! So far, so good. This last missile ought to do the trick. Launching now!
No way!
It evaded the intercept! We can't stop it! It's going to hit us! There!
His loyal knight, Oslo El Gustav. You are all treacherous insects who have defiled His Majesty's sacred garden. The flames of my wrath shall now immolate you down to your very souls! Heaven's flames!
Isn't that the weapon of Duke Fastidius? Heaven's Flames?
I've heard of that. It destroys everything. What are we going to do?
There's nothing we can do. The fires are spreading. We need to escape.
What about the people out there? Shouldn't we be trying to help them?
Do not panic! I am Akatsuki, god of the Seven Light Faith. Try to remain calm. Dormont has suffered a sneak attack by the Empire. They want to destroy the city and the people who lead it. They're determined to enslave the populace. But fear not. Representatives of the Seven Light Faith will help fight this vicious offensive. We're here to protect you.
Gentlemen, I invoke Section 2 of the Emergency Manual.
We've prepared for this possibility. The manual lists the steps to be taken in this situation. It's extremely detailed. The necessary manpower and supplies are in place. You just have to remain calm and carry out your tasks. People will look to you for reassurance. Don't let them down. It's your responsibility as the leaders of this city. Don't worry. I know you can handle this.
Coordinate with the trading company to distribute blankets.
Understood, sir.
And you should go secure our important documents.
Yes, sir.
I'll coordinate the evacuation. Let's go.
Sir!
Ringo?
Tsukasa, are you okay?
Yes, we weren't hit.
Ringo, I'm sorry to keep asking, but I need more help.
Sure. What can I do?
What the hell? Why is this happening? It makes no sense!
Gustav must have lost his mind! There are Imperial nobles like us still here in the city!
Huh? Wait a minute, I know you! You're Zest Bernard!
I happened to be passing. You boys okay?
Why would you rescue us after you left to join the rebel army?
I did it to advance the kind of world we're trying to establish here.
Huh?
A world where everyone is free to choose how they want to live, and even how they want to die. In this new world to come, there won't be an upper class, or a lower class.
That's ridiculous, you're kidding!
On the contrary, I'm quite serious. That's the world the Seven Light Faith is trying to build.
Now I understand. You made the streets wider to prevent fire spreading from house to house.
Indeed. It's the only way to control situations like these.
Good work, Tsukasa. It's working. Looks like the fire stopped progressing for now.
A cunning trick, you insects. But it's useless against my power. You shall not so easily escape my wrath!
What are those creatures?
They combusted the guy!
Now you see the power I am prepared to unleash on this city. Each of you shall pay for the sins of defying me. I warn you now, say your prayers while you still have the chance, because you're all about to die!
This guy's not kidding around.
Gather up all the wounded and evacuate to the main park!
This isn't good.
It's not over yet. I have one more idea.
Listen, everyone! I was able to get here in time. There's a way to disable Heaven's flames. It's Gustav's lance. It binds the fire spirits. It's the key that allows the flames to spread. The power lies within that artifact. You see what I'm saying?
If we can find a way to break through to that lance and destroy it, Gustav is finished.
Yes, that's right.
Makes sense. But how did you come by this information, Lyrule?
I wish I could tell you.
You don't know?
It suddenly popped into my head. It was like someone whispered it into my ear. The moment I saw those flames, and then those fire creatures, it's like I'd seen them before and knew what kind of spell it was. How can I explain it? Suddenly everything about this attack was clear in my mind. You have to trust me. Unless we're able to destroy Gustav's weapon, the flames will continue chasing us forever. And eventually they'll consume us. I'm telling the truth.
I believe you.
Thank you, Tsukasa.
Whatever happened out there got you so afraid and confused that you went into a state of shock. But somehow, in spite of that, you found the strength to come here and try to save everybody who survived the attack. How could I not believe someone so certain of the truth?
Everything is in place!
Excellent. Tell me this, are there any remaining missiles?
I'm afraid there's only one left. That's all we had time to build.
Wait a minute. Are you really serious about this? It's our one last line of defense.
We have no other choice.
We couldn't destroy that lance before. How do you expect to do it now?
The strength of a magic spell is proportional to the number of spirits it commands. For a spell of this scale, the number of spirits and the strength of their concentration was likely immeasurable. That's why we weren't able to penetrate its defenses. But...
The fire spirits that were attached to Heaven's flames are now scattered throughout the city, and are more vulnerable. It gives us an opening to get to the lance.
That's right. So?
I understand, but listen. With so much fire burning around it, I'm afraid the targeting system might fail.
The lance is stuck in the ground, so our anti-air radar system won't be of any use.
Then why not have Bear Rabbit attach himself to the missile and guide it directly?
Warning, that's dangerous! If I get near it and I'm exposed to such high heat, my circuit boards will simply melt away.
So that's out. We'll have to find some other way to guide that missile to make sure it hits home.
All right. I'll guide it in.
Huh? I hate to ask the obvious, but how exactly?
Since we're not able to use our radar system, I'll just run alongside and manually force the missile to hit its target.
What?
Even for you, that's pretty ambitious.
I'm aware, but you know me. Do you think I would take on something like this if I didn't think I could pull it off? What other choice do we have?
All right, good point. If anyone can do it, I have to believe it's you.
Okay, Ringo. I'm all set here on my end.
Ready to launch!
With the speed of that missile.
How the hell can her legs maintain that velocity? Well, one way or another, it looks like she's gonna be able to make this work.
Hold on. She just started. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
She's incredible.
Oh no. That path is blocked.
She dodged it!
I see that.
But she's still cut off. She has to get back on track somehow.
See the target now.
All right, a straight line to ground zero.
Not so fast. I'm on to you! This is as close as you get! You'll never penetrate my defenses! Give up now! Where are you hiding, you insignificant worm? I'll vaporize you!
I see it! Set it now, Ringo!
You're locked on!
I will destroy you!
Art of Void. Do Light Draft! Take him down!
No way! This is impossible! I cannot be defeated!
She did it!
Very good! You're amazing!
Honestly, that girl just never ceases to surprise me.
Finally, the flames are dying out.
My lord! What's happened to you?
Those bastards. They are poisonous bugs devouring His Imperial Majesty's sacred garden!
These are the fire spirits. They've been released from their curse.
Thank you for freeing us from our captivity. We are eternally grateful.
They're free now and they're thanking us. It's wonderful.
You can hear them? The voices of all these spirits?
Yes. They were in so much pain, it was awful. They were crying help, and we don't want to do this. But now, they've been freed. They won't try to burn the city down.
That's good news. One more thing. Thank you on behalf of all of us. The truth is, it was your personal courage and bravery that kept us from destruction. You're amazing.
But still, there were a lot of people we weren't able to save.
Believe me, none of that was your responsibility. If you have regrets about it, that it was somehow your fault, then you're wrong.
Huh?
Fact of the matter is, this war, this whole process of a people's revolution against a feudal system was always guaranteed to happen at some point in history. Even if Elm Village hadn't started this fight for freedom and equality, there's no question that someone else would have done it. It was inevitable. I know this, a nation that can slaughter its own citizens so mercilessly is doomed to destruction. What we need to do now is make sure none of these sacrifices were in vain. We have to stay the course and see this battle through to the end. It's the only way we'll be able to create a future that saves countless more lives. I hope you'll help.
I will. Tsukasa, there's something you need to know. I heard a voice in my head before all this commotion started. I was suddenly filled with all this knowledge about magic, and I could hear the spirits' voices clearly.
It must be the same entity from before.
Yes, there's a lot I don't understand, but I think my ability might be knowledge of magic and the power to hear the voices of the spirits as they call out to me. So now, I feel it's time for me to start studying magic. If I do that, I might be able to help fight alongside you. If whatever is speaking to me is somehow related to whatever it is that brought you all here to this world, then I might be able to discover a way to return you to where you came from. What do you think?
Yes, I have to agree. You could be a huge help to us.
All hail God Akatsuki! Thank you, Lord, for saving us!
Praise be to the Seven Light Faith!
I actually need that ear.
Tell me you're not serious. He already launched Heaven's Flames at you?
That's right.
And you all survived? I heard it was really dangerous, some kind of doomsday weapon.
That's an accurate description. But luckily we were able to limit the damage to 1/3 of the city. However, if he comes at us again, I'm not sure we'll be able to hold him off.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that. For him to be able to use that particular tactical spell, he has to spend a large amount of time binding the fire spirits. It's not like he can just turn around and regenerate the magic.
Lucky for us.
I'm so humiliated by all this. I'm supposed to be the great undercover operative who finds out what the enemy is up to before he launches any kind of surprise attack, and I was caught totally off guard. I can't believe he did this without coordinating the offensive with his commanders ahead of time. What kind of general operates so impulsively? I hope all his hair falls out.
That ought to scare him into submission. I expect he'll surrender now.
He'll be known as Duke Baldy.
Well, at least it's over for now. More important is this resistance you found. What was it you called them? The Azure Brigade, correct? They could be helpful. We need to exploit that contact. Continue feeding me any strategic information. But please be careful. Fact is, we don't know if they can be trusted yet.
We need more insight into their motivations and inner workings.
You're right. I'll text you whatever info I'm able to find out.
I'm counting on it.
I could hear Shinobu from across the courtyard. She sounded upset.
Yeah, she was kicking herself for being a step behind.
That's my girl. By the way, thanks to you setting up that infrastructure plan, it looks like we won't have any big delays in rebuilding the city.
That's good news. Merchant. Just as these events all started taking place, Lyrule heard a voice. It directed her to guide the 7 heroes, just like before.
Oh? This is getting spooky.
Yeah, after what happened in Findolf. I've been wondering about their real agenda.
Well, from her actions, she doesn't seem to be an enemy, although there's no proof she's an ally.
Yeah, and now that we're going through with this People's Revolution, getting help on how we can return to Earth isn't as big a priority as it was before.
You're right. After this incident, the Empire is sure to make a move to take us down. Do you have a plan?
Actually, I do.
Tsukasa. First modernized weapon squad reporting for duty. We have 50 men ready for deployment.
Let's get right to it. Put them in position for a first strike.
My lord, what's happened to you?
Those bastards. They are poisonous bugs devouring His Imperial Majesty's sacred garden! Oscar! I want you to mobilize our commanders and prepare the troops to engage. We're going to march on Findal!
But sir, I thought you had already assigned that job to Marquis Arclight and Marquis Buckwald.
And they're sitting around waiting for the snow to melt. When I give an order, I expect it to be carried out at once. Tell them if they don't want to be annihilated, they'd better cross over the Ruruk Mountains and put this rebellion down by tomorrow!
We just got word. The governor of the Northern Lands has ordered all units to assemble and prepare to move out.
It sounds to me like he's going to try and overwhelm Dormant with a 10,000-man force.
You're right. And once all those troops are gone, Gustav will be vulnerable to attack. It'll be the perfect opportunity to kill him.
Crossing the Ruruk Mountains in winter. He's sending us off to our deaths.
Even if we survive, we won't be in shape to fight.
I can't believe the Duke would let his anger override his common sense.
I think such thoughts are better kept to oneself, Marquis Arclight.
I understand your concern, but really, Buckwald, if he had just waited till spring, we would have an overwhelming advantage in this fight. With respect to Duke Gustav, he may be a great warrior, but he's a terrible leader. The Emperor chose the wrong man when he elevated him to nobility.
Do you know who these Seven Light Faith people are, or where they come from?
Truthfully, I haven't got a clue. They're rumored to be very powerful. I just hope we have enough troops to overcome them.
Excuse me?
We're coming up on the Ruruk checkpoint. Let's rest the horses and the men.
Everyone, take aim and fire! What's happening?
Can't be. Gunshots. All units, retreat!
What are you doing?
The Ruruk checkpoint is fallen. It's under enemy occupation. We run or be killed. We're being slaughtered. How many guns do those rebels have?
Of course. Arclight acted quickly, just as I expected. All right! Let's chase them down, everyone! It's a straight line from here to Buckwald! Lord Arclight! This isn't working! Our rear guard's being obliterated! What do we do?
The only thing we can do at this point. Tell the men I was killed in the opening attack.
But, sir, if I do that, some units will surrender!
That's the idea. It will convince those pursuing us that they've won the battle. Right now, their bloodlust is up. Since we're on the run, they think they can wipe us out. So they're willing to abandon the advantageous position they held at the checkpoint.
What's your plan?
We'll pretend to be fleeing in panic and eventually lure them into the open fields. You go on ahead of us. Meet up with the squads in the second wave and prepare them for a counterattack.
Yes, sir! As you command!
Armored troops.
Cavalry! Show them your power! Their weapons are useless against us.
Victory is within our grasp!
You're going to be our first line of defense against the Imperial troops. If our enemy is smart, they'll recognize their disadvantage at the checkpoint, and they'll retreat outside the mountains. After that, they'll probably attack with their armored cavalry. The moment those troops come charging in, they'll be sure of their victory, and they'll let their guard down. That's when you'll pull the ground out from under them using these. We call them hand grenades.
Just as Tsukasa predicted, we're going to win.
happened here?
I can't believe it!
We must retreat. Everyone, fall back to Buckwall, now!
Hear me, my legions! We must terminate the rebels infesting Findolf! We embark on this mission in the name of His Imperial Majesty. No one shall escape his wrath. We will paint the northern mountains red with the blood of these traitors. We will measure our loyalty by the height of the enemy's bodies as we stack their corpses. Then we will burn them all until there is nothing left but ash. This is what happens to those who preach insurrection. Show yourself, rebels!
Hear me, Azure Brigade! Rise up! You can reveal yourselves! Disclose your true identity!
I have a report, Ringo! It appears Arclight and Bookwall have barricaded themselves inside their castle!
Tsukasa was right. It's just as he predicted.
What?
What? They're going to destroy the castle.
Attention! This is an announcement for everyone in Bookwall! As you can see, hiding behind castle walls is going to be useless against the forces of the Seven Light Faith! We demand that you stop bearing arms against us and that you surrender to our forces immediately! Resistance will ultimately lead to your deaths!
Do you see a way out?
No, I don't. We can't win.
I'm here to report mission accomplished! Do we know how Shinobu's doing on her end?
No, not yet.
To Gustav! This fight's over! Our Azure Brigade has you surrounded! Once you